Well, hello, everyone. This is Wilson Cole, president of Adams, Evans, and Ross, and directing partner of ELOC Global, which owns Adams, Evans, and Ross, Backdoor Hires, Recruiting, Staffing Solutions, Media, and Marketing. And I'm joined with our brand manager and lovely daughter, Allie. How are you doing, Al?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Doing fine. You know, one of the things that we have done exceptionally well, and I'm going to have to credit a lot of it over to you and your team, is back about a year ago, we started shifting a mindset. And to me, it's probably, there's been different mindsets or different shifts or different reincarnations of our business and how we went about things over the last 30 years. There's been about 3 different pivotal shifts. One was the internet, where you're going to use email and follow up that way versus, just banging the phones or whatever. This is another one of those shifts. And the mindset was we need to view ourselves more as a media company. And our products become almost the commercials. And so I would say certainly half of all of our new resources, a third of our total resources, go over to Allie's group to produce content that doesn't necessarily it's content, but it's not commercials, buy from us. It's content that we've gone to our clients and we say, okay, what do you guys, what information, what tools, what resources can we give to you? And we go out and we create it. And Allie, you guys are producing tons of content with our staff writers, our videographers. You're now getting the magazine coordinated with the webinars and all of that. Kind of walk through, if somebody were to say, okay, I want to start producing more content, or I want to view myself more as a media company, because content's going to beat commercials. If somebody, like if you're on LinkedIn and they're seeing buy from us, they're going to see your stuff and just scroll through it. But if you're giving them really good content, they're going to read. Talk about some of the ways that you guys have used content over there to get our companies in front of different industry partners and clients.
Well, it's carried through a multi-tiered process. Excuse me. First is you have to think about changing your perspective. I know I talk about this a lot, but it's not about you as a company. It's all about how the client's life is going to be made easier. And you have to put yourself in your client's shoes and think about the things that they're going through, what answers they're trying to find. And from that, there are a lot of tools out there to help you find good keywords. And you can balance this together to find things that will have decent traffic, people will be looking for. And you can use these 2 things to come together with a topic. And content creation doesn't have to be a daunting process. You can do what we do. I mean, we make videos like this once a week, and then we create articles from it. We create quotes from it. So now you have a full week's worth of content from just 10 minutes of your time. And so pretty much I would just stress that you don't have to make it a daunting process, and think about not necessarily your company, but your clients and how your services could help make their lives easier, but don't talk about your services.
Sure. Well, it's kind of like, if somebody's a manufacturing facility and they're needing top talent, maybe one of the things that you teach them is how they retain their talent, or how they can increase sales by hiring superstars. There's different things that you can do that position you in front of, something that Jay Abrahams told me, and I was fortunate enough 15 years ago to where I worked very closely with Jay on one of probably the very first transition that we made on how we marketed our goods. And Jay Abrahams always told me position versus prospecting will win. I think what we're doing now is basically that theory, but now on steroids, because our team's a lot bigger, but you don't necessarily have to have a team, basically we have writers, videographers, SEO folks, backlink folks, you managing things up. And so we have an entire company-sized group of folks that do nothing but produce this content for us. You could have your receptionist and a college kid produce enough content for a week doing what we're talking about, where you record that one video talking about just the stuff that your clients want to hear and create enough content going forward. Or you can sub it out. I mean, I think with us, our beginning packages start at like $2.99, or you can go utilize someone else. It doesn't cost tens of thousands of dollars. It's kind of like producing a magazine, a hard copy magazine. If you were to go out and do it on your own, it's $40,000 a year just to go to print once a year, where you can sub it out. I think we have, like that, the program where we'll produce a magazine for them because we're doing it in volume, for like $199 a month for a quarterly magazine. So there's things that you can do to outsource and reduce those costs, so it doesn't take a fortune. But you and I were on a call with a client, and I was a little surprised when we were talking SEO, and she was saying, well, I don't think people are going to go out on the web and find us. In one breath, the second breath, she was telling us how her clients are complaining that everybody is calling trying to sell their services. So if you're not going to position, and now the clients are saying everybody's calling me too much, what other options do you have? What are your final thoughts on that scenario in general, and how you work around it?
I mean, I think it comes back to having content in different mediums, because there are going to be people that do not want another freaking sales call ever again. They want to find out all the content on their computer in their lunch break. They want to be able to read it, and you need to have the content there for them to read. And then some people, they love a personalized phone call. You need to think about your clients, and you need to think about how different people get information in different ways and cater to that. Because not everybody's going to be craving the content the same way that you are. I love videos. Whenever I need to figure out how to do anything, I go on YouTube. Not everybody's like that. Some people like articles, and you need to realize that and cater to that.
Well, it's certainly a subject for another day, because we can spend 5 episodes talking about it. But YouTube, for folks that don't realize it, is the #2 search engine out there behind Google. Google owns both of them. But, as far as on the content, we had somebody, one of our content writers that had done something, and you said, well, how do I do this on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter? How do you want me to promote it? And you just said, yes, you promote it on all of them. And that same piece of content can be shared on all platforms. And if you wanted to transcribe it, or if you wanted to do the video, then you can share it in audio. We have a podcast, and I think I spend, I think it's $25 a month. And that podcast channel is also linked into the Android store and iTunes and all of that, so people can download them directly. And by the way, those podcasts are just the audio version of this video that we're doing. So we're drinking our own Kool-Aid and eating our own cookie. Allie, in any closing thing, what can somebody do today to go out to try to increase their visibility out on the web that's not going to break the bank? What's the one thing that they could do?
Think about the #1 question you get asked that you just feel like you're blue in the face telling people, and explaining that one thing. Write an article about it, make a video about it, do something with that one question, because it's very likely people are asking Google that very question before they ask you, and you want to be the person that pops up first.
Well, I can see you have your mom's intelligence, because that was absolutely brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. So, we'll go ahead and I can tell I've been speaking with our London office more because absolutely brilliant is such a UK statement. So anyway, I'll let you run on that note. Allie, thanks for joining me as always, and I will see you next week.
Bye-bye.